Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from tarotfreehealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This reading is for Cancer, so let's see what is showing up for the Cancers this week. So your first card is Stand Your Ground, and the second card is Emotional Loss. So what I'm seeing with these cards is the stand your ground card could be talking about an argument or disagreement that you get into with somebody else. I feel like a relationship could either have some kind of conflict or it could be separation, but it may not necessarily be a separation, and it may not be necessarily in a romantic relationship. It could be a disagreement that you have with a friend or a relative, but I feel like this is somebody that you are close to that you're going to have this issue with. And it's almost like that person just doesn't see things in the way that you do. You just have a difference of perspective, and it could be that you're really set in your ways and you really feel like what you're saying is right or what you're doing is right, but then it almost comes at a cost of a relationship being affected by this. Sometimes it's difficult because sometimes it can be where, the people that you love really have this vision for you, and they may be the ones that think that they're telling you what to do because they know what's best. But, at the end of the day, sometimes you have to do what's just best for you, and they have to kind of just learn to live with that situation. Even if they may not want to see you in that situation, or they may feel like there's another way that you could be doing things. At the end of the day, when you're a grown person, like, you just kind of have to live your life, especially if like what you're doing isn't hurting anybody and it's like just maybe just to do with you, then that's just how it can be. But I feel like you're gonna feel sad walking away from the situation, even though you may feel a sense of victory in that you're like, okay, well, I got my point across. But I feel like when you kind of see what it causes, as a result, I feel like that's going to bring you a sense of sadness. And I think cancers, from what I see of cancers, you guys, sometimes it can be that way. Like, I think with you guys, you have this sense where you are strong, like you do have a strength about you, and you will be prepared to fight your corner if you feel like you're being pushed into one. But then I think that, but afterwards, like inside, you hurt. Like, you hurt when you fall out with somebody, and you feel hurt when relationships just aren't going well and stuff like that, but you don't show it. So it's like a part of you will be a little bit stubborn and be like, you know what, I'm not even going to tell this person how I feel. I'm not going to tell them that I'm hurt. But you will walk away and you will feel hurt, and you'll kind of keep that in your within. And so what I would say is pick your battles wisely. That's the advice I would give. I would say pick your battles wisely. If this is really somebody that is like so close to you, and you had such a good relationship beforehand, and it's just like you have this just little disagreement that shows up, try your best not to make it get out of hand. Maybe just say your piece, but then kind of leave it alone. If you don't want to create a big fuss. But again, it depends on what you're arguing about, and it depends on the scenario. So I guess you kind of just have to see how it ends up playing out um in the end. But let's see what advice card will show up. The advice card is mental conflicts. So that card could be saying that you have to kind of think things through. Again, pick your battles. Don't just come from an emotional place and just kind of just let it all loose. Because sometimes you say stuff and then you can't take it back afterwards, or you say something and it just might get too far or turn into something bigger than what it really needed to be. So I feel like it's saying uh play this one out in a strategic way. Like, if you know the kind of person you're dealing with, sort of handle it in a way that will create an outcome that at least it doesn't, things don't turn out too bad. If you know the person you're dealing with is, like, for instance, a very emotional person, again, try to just say your piece, but try not to let it go too far. If you know the person you're dealing with is more like a logical person that kind of always thinks that they're right and all this kind of stuff, then sometimes it's better just to walk away, or it's better just to say your piece and not let it go further. Because there are some people that you can fight with and argue with like all day, every day. Just because the person is stubborn, or just because they like to argue and cause conflicts. So try to avoid that kind of situation. But I feel like when the mental conflicts card shows up, it also can be about making choices and decisions. And so I feel like the cards are saying make the most mature decision for you. But at the same time, I feel like you're also worried about somebody hurting your feelings as well, and so you're trying to really protect yourself and defend yourself. um but yeah, be careful about it, be strategic about it. So peace and many blessings to you, Cancer. I'll see you. Bye.